Today's headlines. Lieutenant General Ray Leonardo Guerrero has been appointed as the next Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff. A lawmaker calls for the reallocation of the budget of PNP Upland Double Barrel for 2018 to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. The Office of the Ombudsman orders the dismissal of Iloilo Mayor Jed Mabilog over allegations of unexplained wealth. The MERALCO Bolts force Game 7 against Barangay Ginebra in the PBA Governor's Cup Finals. Good day, I'm Pia Roses Morato. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. Lieutenant General Ray Leonardo Guerrero has been appointed as the next Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff. Guerrero is succeeding outgoing Chief General Eduardo Año, who is retiring today after reaching the mandatory military retirement age of 56. President Rodrigo Duterte formalized and approved Guerrero's appointment in a letter to Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana yesterday. Change of command ceremonies were held at the AFP headquarters in Camp Aguinaldo. Guerrero graduated as top 3 of Philippine Military Academy class of 1984, while his predecessor is a member of PMA class of 1983. He is the chief of the Eastern Mindanao Command. Guerrero also commanded the Army's 3rd Infantry Division in Hamindan, Capiz, and the 701st Infantry Brigade in Davao Oriental Task Force Davao. Guerrero is a recipient of the Legion of Honor, Bronze Cross Medal, Distinguished Service Star, Military Merit and Commendation Medals, and other tokens of recognition from various NGOs and local government units. The European Union is eyeing to grant the Philippines 55 million euros for the rehabilitation of MARAWI City. European Union Ambassador to the Philippines, Franz Jessen, said Thursday that the EU is eyeing a 55 million euro grant to support Mindanao, particularly the rehabilitation of MARAWI City. On the sidelines of the Energy Smart Philippines 2017, Jessen told reporters that the EU is internally discussing the said amount for Mindanao, which can be increased to 100 million euros. He said the grant would be spent mostly on job creations and energy. Jessen added that the grant will also support upholding peace and stability in Mindanao.
We use our development cooperation funds to bring businesses from Europe and from the Philippines closer together and to share ideas about technology, green technology, and work together to get a better future for the generations to come, partly in the Philippines but also in Europe.
On Wednesday, Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano clarified that the government is open to grants from other countries that have no conditionalities and will not affect the sovereignty of the country. Thousands of Cebuanos and other Catholic faithful gathered for the burial of Cebu Archbishop Ricardo Cardinal Vidal. Vidal was laid to rest at the mausoleum behind the Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral, reserved for prelates and clergy of Cebu. Cebu Archbishop Jose Palma officiated the funeral mass for the late cardinal. Priests from the different parishes under the Cebu Archdiocese paid their respects to the cardinal, along with various religious organizations. President Duterte earlier declared October 26 a holiday in Vidal's honor. The Cebu city government also offered free rides for residents attending the funeral. Vidal served as Cebu's archbishop for 29 years prior to his retirement in 2011. He passed away at the age of 86 on October 18 due to complications from pneumonia. The Presidential Task Force on Media Security condemned the killing of broadcaster Christopher Lozada in Bislig City, Surigao del Sur. The Media Security Task Force issued a statement following the ambush that killed Lozada and wounded his companion. Lozada was an anchorman and general manager of Prime Broadcasting Network FM 101.7. Lozada accused Bislig City Mayor Librado Navarro of threatening his life. The Office of the Ombudsman previously ordered Navarro's removal based on the complaint for grave misconduct filed against him by Lozada. The Media Security Task Force said Lozada contacted them several times to have the death threat on him documented. It also issued a red flag letter warning to Navarro regarding the threat and offered security to Lozada. Lozada was killed before the letter warning reached the mayor. The task force also learned that Lozada went to the Department of Interior and Local Government to press it to serve the dismissal order on Navarro the day before he was ambushed. The task force has presumed Lozada's death as a media killing. It has called for a full investigation following its mandate to protect the life, liberty, and security of media workers as ordered by President Duterte. It will also actively participate in filing a case against the perpetrators of Lozada's murder and monitor the investigation closely. President Rodrigo Duterte received Chinese business mogul Jack Ma, who paid a courtesy call on him in Malacanang. Also present during the meeting were Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III, Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella, and Senator Richard Gordon, among others. Ma is a co-founder and executive chairman of e-commerce business Alibaba Group. The Chinese billionaire is in the country for a series of talks. Following his meeting with the Chinese tycoon, the president welcomed new ambassadors to the Philippines at Malacanang's reception hall. Aman Rashid, ambassador-designate of Pakistan, and Koji Haneda, ambassador-designate of Japan, submitted their credentials to the president. The president also met with officials of the Shanghai Nanjiang Group Company and Arc Plus Group. Duterte said this is the most opportune time for the Philippines to invite its neighbors to help the country as it strives for economic growth and development. The president likewise received China's Minister of National Defense General Chang Wan-Quan and Vietnam's Defense Minister General Ngo Xuyen Lich in separate courtesy calls. A lawmaker is pushing for the reallocation of the budget of PNP Oplan Double Barrel for 2018 to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA. House Committee on Dangerous Drugs Chairman Robert A. Barbers requested the House Committee on Appropriations to transfer the 900 million peso fund to PDEA as operating funds during the bicameral conference of the 2018 national budget. Barbers stressed the need for additional funding for PDEA with its new role as lead agency in the nationwide anti-drug campaign. He noted that the agency's proposed budget for next year at 1.44 billion pesos is a small portion of the total national budget. He said PDEA needs the necessary equipment, training, and logistics to combat illegal drugs. PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino sought additional funding of 934 million pesos to beef up their efforts in the anti-drug campaign last September. Aquino said the budget increase shall fund the hiring and training of over 1,600 more operatives. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, or CBCP, urged Environment Secretary Roy Cimatu not to lift the ban on open-pit mining in the country. Father Edwin Garrigues, Executive Secretary of the National Secretariat for Social Action Caritas Philippines, believed that Cimatu should not accept the proposal of the Mining Industry Coordinating Council, or MICC. Garrigues says President Duterte himself committed in his State of the Nation address that he will not allow destructive mining. The MICC earlier voted to reverse the policy banning the mining activities, which was approved by former DENR Secretary Gina Lopez. Most of the interagency members want the ban to be lifted, provided that mining laws, rules, and regulations are strictly enforced. Lopez issued the order banning open-pit mining last April and also ordered the closure of 23 mining operations in the country. Monetary officials are considering easing registration for foreign direct investments, or FDIs, to liberalize foreign exchange. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor Nestor A. Espinilla Jr. said they see no need to register FDIs, unlike in the 1970s when the country was experiencing lack of dollar supply. Espinilla explained foreign exchange is now highly regulated and more available to the country. He said the BSP aim is to see transactions move into the regulated market where it is visible and easier to apply standards such as anti-money laundering. He said the proposed system for foreign borrowing by the private sector may do away with submitting documents and opt instead to accept electronic reports. Espinilla said the BSP is now in talks with the banking industry to ease FDI registration. He hopes for the new system to be implemented before the end of the year. Companies transacting business with Bureau of Customs or BOC can expect faster processing time of their documents. Customs Commissioner Isidro La Peña issued Memorandum Order Number 24-2017, setting a 5-day mandatory time frame to respond to letters, requests, and other documents from all clients. The memorandum was signed on Monday in compliance with President Rodrigo Duterte's order to fast-track processing of documents in government offices. La Peña adds, this is also to prevent incidents of bribery by importers seeking to facilitate their shipments. La Peña ordered the Account Management Office to streamline the procedures in the accreditation of importers and brokers. Processing time is also expected to not exceed 5 days. The BOC chief urged applicants to report to the Office of the Commissioner if their permits were not yet released within the 5-day time frame. Still to come, the Philippine Coast Guard and other agencies tighten security in preparation for the exodus of passengers on All Saints' Day. The Office of the Ombudsman orders the dismissal of Iloilo Mayor Jed Mabilog over allegations of unexplained wealth. These and more when the PNA Newsroom continues. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, is on full alert status as passengers flock to the provinces to mark All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. The PCG will activate Oplan Biyaheng Ayos from October 26 to November 6 to heighten security measures on all ports and ferry terminals in the country. Passenger Assistance Center booths will be set up in various seaports nationwide to be manned by personnel from the PCG, Department of Transportation, the Philippine National Police, and other agencies. PCG spokesperson Captain Armand Balilo urged passengers to cooperate with the tighter security measures. Travelers are also advised to avoid colorum passenger vessels. Coast Guard units were ordered to ensure that maritime activities are monitored 24/7 and to be ready to respond to any maritime incident. Ship inspectors and K9 teams were also instructed to be vigilant and conduct random checks on passengers and their luggage. In the Bicol region, hundreds of policemen are set to beef up existing police forces across the region as security measures for All Saints' Day. PNP Bicol spokesperson Police Senior Inspector Malu Kalubakib said security measures are in place for Oplan Kaluluwa. Police checkpoints and assistance centers would be set up in cemeteries, major highways, airports, seaports, and bus terminals. She said PNP in Bicol will be on full alert status. Police and personnel from other agencies are expected to assist incoming and outgoing passengers in the cities of Naga, Legazpi, and Masbate, and in Verac Town in Catanduanes. Davao City Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte is retiring from politics in 2019, while his sister Mayor Sara Duterte will seek higher office. Mayor Duterte announced that she will run as a representative of the 1st Congressional District of Davao City. On the other hand, the vice mayor plans to leave politics and focus on his family and his farm. He said that his children have been affected by the issues thrown against him by his political enemies like Senator Antonio Trillanes. Trillanes earlier accused him of being a member of an international triad involved in dealing with illegal drugs. Vice Mayor Duterte, however, assured that the Carpio-Duterte tandem will still lead the city. He said Manasseh Carpio, the husband of Mayor Duterte, is qualified to lead the city with his background in the law profession, while talks are ongoing with Sebastian, the youngest of the Duterte siblings.
It will still be a Duterte-Carpio tandem sa mayor and vice mayor. Ginastorya pa namo ning isa ka Duterte, but definitely it will not be me anymore. I'm planning to retire na.
The Office of the Ombudsman has ordered the dismissal of Iloilo City Mayor Jed Patrick Mabilog. The Ombudsman found Mabilog guilty of serious dishonesty relative to his unlawful acquisition of wealth. The order comes with the cancellation of Mabilog's civil service eligibility, forfeiture of retirement benefits, perpetual disqualification from holding public office, and prohibition from taking civil service examinations. The dismissal stemmed from the complaint filed by former Iloilo Provincial Administrator Manuel Mejorada for dishonesty and grave misconduct in 2013. Mejorada alleged that Mabilog has unexplained increase in wealth by more than 8 million pesos in his 2013 Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth compared with his assets in 2012. He also questioned the financial interests of the mayor in several private companies and the appointment of a business partner as executive assistant for dengue concerns. Mabilog spokesman Attorney Mark Piad said they will exhaust all legal remedies, although they have yet to receive a copy of the order. The Misamis Oriental Provincial Government has complained about airlines mislabeling one of their towns as Cagayan de Oro City. Governor Yevgeny Vicente Emano said the landing spiel of Cebu Pacific Airlines upon landing at Laguindingan Airport refers to their location as Cagayan de Oro. Emano said he personally complained to Cebu Pacific CEO Lance Gokongwei about the misnomer. He insisted the use of Laguindingan by airlines to identify the airport's current location, saying those who still use Cagayan de Oro are misleading their passengers. Cebu Pacific currently serves a total of 146 weekly flights out of Laguindingan. Meanwhile, the Philippine Airlines said their domestic flights have already revised the landing spiel, referring to Laguindingan as the gateway to Cagayan de Oro. The Laguindingan Airport is located in the town of the same name, some 35 kilometers away from Cagayan de Oro. It was built in 2013 to replace the old Lumbia Airport in Cagayan de Oro. Up next, actress Isabel Granada falls into a coma in Qatar. The Meralco Bolts beat Barangay Ginebra to force Game 7 in the PBA Governor's Cup Finals. These and more when the PNA Newsroom returns.
$4 million documented OFWs around the world, $26 billion ang kanilang remittances sa ating bansa. Kanya nga sila ay ang mga bagong bayani ng ating bayan. 5,500 ang nadideploy kada araw, a total of more than 2 million a year. And yet, bawat isa sa kanila ay kailangan mag-gather ng pre-employment requirement tulad ng PSA, CHED, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, OWA. Ang tanong, gaano ba kadali o kahirap mag-gather ng mga requirement na yon? Alamin po natin. Meron tayong 16 agencies sa bawat one-stop service center for OFWs sa buong bansa. That's 17 regions and 1 POEA headquarters. Anong pinagkaiba ngayon na meron ng one-stop service center for OFW?
Pero ngayon mas mabilis yung process. Last time kasi medyo mag-aantay ka, pipila ka pa. So ngayon medyo may process na sa susundin. So mas mabilis ngayon.
Before po kasi 2010, sa City Hall po ako ng Quezon City kumukuha lahat ng mga requirements po. Pero ngayon, first time ko lang po dito. Sabi ng mga kaibigan ko, okay naman daw po dito. Pero before po kasi 2010, ang hirap. Bali, 3 months ako nag-ayos sa mga papers ko. Babalik-balik, Mindoro, Manila, pag ganyan yan. Tapos pag mali pa yung mga papers ko, ulitin ko po ulit. Unless ngayon, okay po siya. Diretsuhan po. Lahat na kailangan na nandito.
Mula nung simula ang operasyon nyo, noong Agosto 2016 hanggang ngayon, Ilang OFWs na po ba yung naservisyuhan ng OSCO?
About 1.2 million po ang naservisyohan na po ng OSCO.
Dati po, abutin ka maghapon dito, minsan kinabukasan pa. Ngayon po, isang araw lang kuha na po lahat.
Yung dati, iba-ibang ahensya pinupuntahan mo, iwa-hiwalay.
Opo, iwa-hiwalay dati. Di kagaya po ngayon, isangahan lang, kaya napakalaking tulong po sa mga kagaya namin OFW.
Natutuwa po sila kasi nababawasan po yung oras nila sa pagkukuha po ng kanilang mga pre-employment documents.
Congratulations po sa inyo.
Salamat po, sir.
In entertainment news, actress Isabel Granada is in critical but stable condition after collapsing due to a brain hemorrhage in Doha, Qatar. In a statement, Granada's husband, Arnel Cowley, said she suffered a brain hemorrhage which led to cardiac arrest. She is currently in the intensive care unit and has yet to wake up. Cowley said he released a statement to end inaccurate speculations about his wife's condition. He also thanked those who have supported him in Doha. Cowley and Granada had just reportedly celebrated their wedding anniversary last week. Her fellow celebrities have also expressed their support for her on social media and asked her fans to pray for her recovery. The Meralco Bolts forced Barangay Ginebra into a sudden death match as they took Game 6 of the PBA Governor's Cup Final. The Bolts set up their championship rematch against the Barangay with a 98-91 win. Meralco held a double-digit lead in the first and second quarter. Ginebra caught up with the Bolts in the third quarter but eventually lost to Meralco's resilience. Alan Durham dropped 28 points while grabbing 19 points and 3 assists for the Bolts. Justin Brownlee led the Barangay with 23 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. The PBA set an all-time record for highest gate attendance with 53,642 spectators watching Game 6 at the Philippine Arena in Bocaue, Bulacan. Kedan has intensified into a severe tropical storm. Pag-asa says Kedan was last seen east of Apari, Cagayan, and moving northwest with maximum sustained winds of 90 kilometers per hour. Kedan is expected to leave the Philippine area of responsibility on Saturday. The outer rain bands of Kedan will bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the eastern section of Luzon. Meanwhile, Palawan and Mindanao will experience cloudy skies with scattered rains due to the intertropical convergence zone. Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy skies with isolated light rains. Let's take another look at today's headlines. Lieutenant General Ray Leonardo Guerrero has been appointed as the next Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff. A lawmaker calls for the reallocation of the budget of PNP Oplan Double Barrel for 2018 to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. The Office of the Ombudsman orders the dismissal of Iloilo Mayor Jed Mabilog over allegations of unexplained wealth. The Meralco Bolts forced Game 7 against Barangay Ginebra in the PBA Governor's Cup Finals. This just in, former Health Secretary Francisco Duque III has been appointed back to the Department of Health. President Duterte signed today the appointment of Duque as Interim Secretary. Duque previously served as DOH Chief under President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. He also served as Chairman of the Civil Service Commission in 2010. The holidays are coming soon. It's 60 days before Christmas. For more stories, please log on to www.pna.gov.ph or visit the PNA page on Facebook and Twitter. And that's your daily dose of the hottest news and the latest information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm Pia Rosas Morato. Good day.